Hello again, everyone. It's me again with the Life Path 8 coming to you today. Before I start, I'm going to do my usual. If you don't have never and don't know what your numbers are, you don't know how to calculate your life path, your expression, your birthday, your soul urge number, I'm going to put a video in the description box for you to calculate those numbers. So that when you look at my life path videos, you know which one is for you. Okay, so moving on. So today we're starting with the life path 8. So the life path 8's mission for this lifetime is to work with issues and difficulties around abundance, about feeling abundance and having material abundance, and power, either abusing your power, being too subservient, or where you need to be slap bang in the middle in a balanced, respected situation. Okay, so abundance and power, and using that abundance and power for the higher good and not for your own financial gain or status or look at me, aren't I great? A high vibrational, should I say, life path 8 uses their abundance to help others reach abundance for the higher good of everyone. And they're not subservient, but they're not over dominant either. They have a balanced idea of power. People just respect them just by their aura. Okay, so that's what you're here to achieve as a life path 8. Right, so you are here to manifest abundance, and your destiny usually involves money. But money comes to a life path 8 when you feel it in here. If you feel abundant in here, you're going to achieve material abundance. And that's what the life path 8 is all about. Develop inner power, inner abundance, and inner authority. So people, if you've got inner power, people can just see it. They know you're not to be stamped on, and they know that you're approachable and you're not this aggressive, dominant master leader that's going to eat them if they dare look at them. They have a balanced power where you ever met someone when you look at them and you think, God, you must command respect just by walking into a room? That's what a life path 8 is here to achieve. Inner abundance, so that you're not always panicking about money, where money's going to come from. You know, you trust in the universe and you feel abundant in here before any money hits your bank account. And you have that inner authority, and you don't care about status. You've transcended that stuff, you know. You gain, like I said, you gain respect without force or dominance. It just comes to you. People just naturally respect you because of just the way you come across. You're here to work with attachments to abundance. Some people are obsessed with money and they make it everything. It's almost their God. Everything goes back to money, and their whole life is centered on making as much money as possible. You want to work with that attachment, really. Well, definitely. Power, either overdoing your power or being too subservient and letting people stamp right all over you. You see, it's a continuum, okay, from overpowering down to complete subservience, and recognition and status right across to hiding away and not wanting anyone to see you because, well, I'll explain a little bit more about that as we go on. But it's all on a continuum. When you work with abundance, you can be high or you can be high one way or the other, or you can be balanced in the middle. Okay, and that's what you're working towards. You develop the attitude, skills and confidence to understand the laws of material success. So basically becoming a really, really successful business person. You know how to make money. You can just do it like water off a duck's back. Excuse me. Reconcile your inner, sometimes repressed, drive to achieve success. Because again, the continuum of the 8, you can either be hyper achievement of success and make it your everything, and then your relationships suffer, or you can completely avoid success totally and end up sitting on the street with no home to live in. Okay, so it's all on a continuum. We've got to remember that. So reconcile your inner, sometimes repressed drive to achieve success with your opposing fear and negative beliefs that can make you avoid achievement. Right, Okay, so to transcend that power and abundance, avoidance of power and success is not the same as transcendence. So if you're a life path 8 and if you think, oh, I don't care about power and abundance, I must have achieved my life path. Not caring about it is not so much, it's not transcendence. It's a cop-out, basically. What I mean by avoidance of power, success and abundance is not the same as transcendence, is when power and success and abundance is something you have, but you use it for a higher good. It's not something you need for your own self-interest. You will only experience abundance, power and respect if you feel that inside. If you don't respect yourself, if you feel powerless, or if you feel you don't have enough, people are going to see that in how you act, in everything you do and say. It just comes out of your energy. But you must feel that in here for people to see it out there. What you need to do is do good work, provide a useful service, and abundance will follow, because it's all about achieving that success for the good of others. Learn to take money and power in your stride. Like I said, it's not something that you put your whole life into. You're not interested in material success and fast cars and designer labels just to look good for your own success and well-being and look at me, aren't I great? Or so that you can order people around or feel better than other people. That's not what it's there for. You're meant to not care about it and want to use your power, your status in this world to help others achieve the same thing. That's real transcendence. Do you bring if you are a balanced life path or expression or birthday number 8? You exude inner power, self-control and authority. People just see that in you just by looking at you. You like to make the rules, you like to be in charge, and you are a world-class leader. You have the ability to direct and organize, but you also have the ability with people. Okay. You're good at organizing people, things, information, and showing everyone what all their responsibilities are. You just attract respect and recognition everywhere you go, before you even open your mouth sometimes. You know when to stand your ground and when to give way. The life path 8 can be quite aggressive, and when they want to stand their ground, they will. But they know when to step back when it's appropriate. You have an inner abundance and a gratitude for what you have, and a positive attitude towards money in general. You don't see money as evil, or you don't have a problem with other people that have it if you don't. You've just got a positive attitude towards it. It's just a tool at the end of the day. You have a strong drive for achievement, amazing self-motivation and willpower. You achieve and apply your material success, but you do it in an honest and a positive way. You achieve abundance in large ways, but you also achieve abundance in small ways as well. And you dedicate that abundance and power to a higher purpose with wisdom and compassion. All this, if you are balanced in the 8, it makes you a talented teacher, an amazing authority figure. Very speak your mind, but only when it's appropriate. You have an excellent business, financial and management brain because of your ability to look at the detail. You love to enjoy the luxuries of life, but you don't do it in such a way that other people suffer, if you know what I mean. You don't go over the top, but you do like the luxuries of life. You have an attitude and a bountiful feeling, and you count your blessings. You've got a strong feelings of abundance right in here, and you don't feel like you're lacking in any way. And you have a generous, philanthropic nature. But the challenges in the 8, if you are unbalanced, is you can have a ruthless, angry drive for absolute power, like the dictators around the world. It's very likely there are 1 or more likely an 8 life path. Avoid dishonesty. You have the potential to abuse your power with your aggression and your need to be in charge. Intimidating and over controlling, extremely power hungry, it's my way or the highway, maybe obsessed with fame and or either or both. Money worship, money is your thing and it's all that matters. And on the other side, I mean, that's if those top four is if you've got far too much energy and it's unbalanced. But you can also have far too little, which can make you quite timid and makes you avoid social situations, makes you a bit passive aggressive and scared to speak your mind. And in that situation, you are at risk of exploitation, abuse, and or at best handing your power over to others. You can hide from the limelight if you have low power, or maybe be obsessed with it if you've got far too much. You may have fears regarding money and power or recognition, not necessarily all three, maybe one of them, maybe all three of them, maybe 2 out of 3. You have issues around that. So the fear about recognition and money and power could make you less motivated to apply your efforts and test your abilities because you think, what's the point? Strongly averted to success, or if you've got a lot of money and you're successful, you may feel guilty about that and believe you're a bad person because of it. Or you might be somebody that has a negative attitude towards wealthy people or people in authority. And you may associate too much wealth with exploitation or unethical behavior when that's not actually the case at all. You also have a bit of tunnel vision. You see what you want to see. And you can have, because of your material abundance, you have to always check whether people are communicating with you for your money or because they actually want to communicate with you. Okay, so what type of 8 are you? So up to now, I've been looking at the 8. So if your birthday adds up to just an 8 and you don't have to reduce it down, you are an 8. So just focus totally on the slides that I've done so far. But you could be a 178. You could be a 268. There's 6 different ways to be an 8. And these are your sub-lessons. If you're a 178, you have 2 sub-lessons in order to be the best life path 8 you can be. So you need to, most importantly, the 7, and then secondary, the 1. So you would need to trust your soul and the people around you and come up with unique, creative ideas with confidence in order to be the best 8 you can be. Anyway, I'll go into more detail on the next slide. So the 178, because it's the most significant sub-lesson, I'm starting with the 7, because this is your 8. This is the most important. This is the actual life path. This is the reason you're here. But this first number here then is your first and most significant sub-lesson to help you be the best life path 8 you can be. So because it's the most significant sub-lesson, I'm starting with the 7. So to be the best life path 8 you can be in this incarnation, you must trust the soul within you and others and in the process of your life so that you feel safe enough to open up and share your inner beauty with the world. It's basically trusting the soul within you and trusting others not to hurt you in any way. If you bare your soul to others, trust them not to hurt you in any way, and trust yourself. And it's very much about the 7 learning to trust your intuition rather than the analytical, overthinking brain. And then in the 1, you can use that trust and confidence if you achieve that in the 7 to help you bring new, unique, groundbreaking ideas with confidence and independence. So if you are a life path 178, you're here ultimately to work with abundance, power and recognition, to feel inner abundance, inner power, inner recognition, and not have to worry about that in your life. You use that power and recognition to help others. And you're not obsessed with having ultimate power or all the possessions, designer cars and designer clothes, big sports cars and all that. You're just not down with that. You want to use your abundance to help people, not to make yourself look good. Again, you must, as a 178, if you want to achieve that abundance and personal power, to trust your intuition. You know, your intuition always knows what it's talking about. That, listen to it and trust it. And that will help you channel unique, groundbreaking ideas to help you achieve that material abundance that you already feel, hopefully. So if you are a positive 178, you don't care about power and recognition. You want to use that abundance and power and status to help others achieve the same thing. So you trust your soul's intuition and your inner knowledge. Your decisions are led by your heart because you know and trust that your soul already knows what's best. And you use that to channel unique, groundbreaking ideas with confidence and independence. And that will make you the best life path 8 you can be. We have the usual difficulties of the life path 8 that are all the way through all the slides. You can be money obsessed. You can be power obsessed. You can be obsessed with status and looking good and having the designer labels and the sports cars and blah, blah, blah for your own self-interest. You can be over domineering. Also, you can also be subservient and too timid and people walk all over you. In the 7, you can lack trust in yourself and others, which causes you in the 1 to have low confidence. And the 7 and the 1, you may isolate yourself a little bit. You may have some, none, or all of these characteristics, because some people are better with money than they are with recognition. Some people have balanced personal power, but they cannot manage their money for toffee. So you may have 1, 2, all 3, or none of these issues. You might be high vibrational, or you might have all 3. It depends on your development level as a life path 178, and the same with all the other paths in the 8s as well. Okay, 268. So again, because it's the most significant sub-lesson, I'm starting with the 6. It's the life path 8 is always the most important, but I'm going to start with the 6 here. So to be the best life path 8 you can be in this incarnation, you must reconcile those high ideals with practical reality and to accept yourself, the world, and the present moment exactly as it is. Whilst serving in the 2, cooperating and working as part of a team, developing excellent social skills and being a mediator in the 2 energy. So if you're a life path 268, you're here again to work with abundance and power and to have a balanced sense of power and abundance, to feel inner abundance, balanced sense of power, not really interested in recognition as such. You want to use your power and recognition to help others. And then but to do this, you've got to reconcile those ideals of yours and realize that in reality, it might not always work that way. You need to be a pragmatic idealist. Still look to the ideal, but still keep in mind that the ideal isn't always achievable or reachable yet or ever. Or it might not exist. You know, I'm not sure I believe in perfection anyway, because what is perfection? What's perfection for me could be hell for you. So, you know, I can't say I really believe in perfection as an idea anyway. So you need to reconcile them high ideals, but also while serving and working as part of a team. So be a realistic and work well in a team, and that will make you the best 8 you can possibly be. So if you're a positive 26-8 or 268, you don't care about power and recognition. You want to use your abundance and power to help others to achieve the same. You're a pragmatic idealist. You'd like a better world, but you have a firm grip and accept reality as it is. You work brilliantly within a team with cooperation, non-judgment, tact, diplomacy. But when you're unbalanced, you have all the usual life path 8 issues that I've mentioned in previous slides. You can be overly obsessed with money and power and success. But in the 6, you can be irresponsible or on the other side of the continuum, too responsible and do too much to the point where you end up meddling in other people's affairs. Never good. And in the 2, you can end up like a doormat, which makes you often harbour resentment and can make you fold your arms and say, I'm not doing it anymore. And, you know, you end up like a drama queen. And, you know, again, you might have some, all or none of those issues, but this is what you're dealing with if you are a 268. Moving on to the 358. Again, because it's the most significant sub-lesson, I'm starting with the 5. The life path 8 is the most important, but your most significant step is the 5. So to be the best life path 8 you can be in this incarnation, You must find inner freedom through discipline, focus, and depth of experience. You must focus on one specialism, which is in the five energy, then communicate that specialism to others with positive, heartfelt self-expression, and use your sensitive emotions for positivity, which is in the 3. So if you're a life path 358, you're here to work with abundance, power, and recognition, and use it in service for the common good. You need to experience inner abundance and not make money your God, blah, 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 all the things the life path 8 needs to achieve. But you do this by focusing on one specialism and execute your specialism and express your specialism with emotional, verbal, sensitive expression. Okay, so that you inspire, teach, and delight others with your charisma. So if you are a 358 in the positive, you don't care about power of recognition. Again, you want to use your abundance to help others. You have focused your keen intelligence onto one specialism with discipline, and you express your specialism with verbal skills, sensitive expression, humour, and charisma. So when unbalanced, you have all the usual life path issues, 8 issues of wanting too much money, power, and success, over dominating or subservient. But in the 5, you can also be unfocused or hyper-focused, depending on where you are on the continuum, scattered, forgetful, and uncommitted, or in the 3, oversensitive and explosively emotional, even close to abusive at times. The 44-8. Now, this isn't considered by most people. Well, some consider it still a master energy. Most people do not consider it a master energy. But I think whether you consider the 44 as a master energy or not, it's still the double energy of the 4. Okay? So you're still working with that double 4 energy. Whether you call it a master or not, it's still the same situation. So to be the best life path 8 you can be in this incarnation, you have double the need to achieve stability and security by following a planned process towards your goal. Be super organized, super structured, have a meticulous plan, and work really hard and persevere. Never give up. As you can imagine, that's quite a hard path. I wouldn't want to be a 44-8 for anyone. So if you're a life 44-8, you're here to work with abundance, power, and material gain for the common good, for the common good. But you need to do this by having a plan and achieving that strong foundation through hard work, perseverance, process, and softly catchy monkey, patience and process. Not cutting corners, going through your plan meticulously and making sure every step is done to the letter. Then you'll have a secure foundation to work from. But the double energy of the 4, that's like, I don't know if I could even try to work that hard. So in the positive, you don't care much about recognition, as normally for the 8. You just want to help others to achieve the same power and recognition and abundance. You have a clear plan, an obsessive clear plan. You follow it meticulously. You have perseverance. You just don't stop when something goes wrong. You keep going. You work extremely hard to achieve your path. As you can imagine, that's an extremely, hard path to do. I wouldn't want to. So you have all the usual problems with the life path 8. But with the double 4, you can be I think workaholic. I think you would be the ultimate workaholic if you were an unbalanced double 4, at risk of working yourself into the ground, or on the other side of that continuum, being totally directionless, totally lazy, and just hiding away, waiting for everything to just be all right. Thing is, though, things don't tend to just be all right. You have to do something. You have to ask the universe, and you have to do something to help yourself. Otherwise, nothing happens. So yeah, this is a hard life path, not considered a master by many, but to me, you are mastering the energy of that 4. To me, it is a master energy, but I don't think it really matters whether you think it's a master energy or not, as long as you understand what that life path is here to help you achieve. So last but not least, the 538 energy. So I'm going to start with the 3 as it's the most significant sub-lesson. So to be that best life path 8 you can be, you must communicate with others to bring heartfelt self-expression and use your positive, sensitive emotions to entertain, to delight, to draw people in, as well as having the discipline and focus and depth of experience to focus on one specialism. So as a life path 538, you're here to work with abundance and power and use it for common good, blah, blah. We've heard it a lot at this time, but you won't forget it. You know, you're here to work with abundance and power, recognition, to apply your success in service of the common good. You won't forget that, life path 8. You won't forget that. To do this, you must connect with your audience with positive, heartfelt, emotional self-expression. Communicate what your ideas are and focus your efforts onto one specialism to achieve the freedom that you desire. So if you're in the positive, a 538 in the positive, again, you care not about recognition. You just want to help others. You know, if you had a bank full of money, you just want to give it to other people. Like investors in new businesses are great 8s because they just use their money to help other start-up companies. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. And then you express your specialism, your discipline, your business idea, whatever that will be, with sensitivity and charisma, and you draw people in. With a specialism that you focus on with discipline. You also, in the 5 energy, you're flexible, you're adventurous, and you can deal with the unexpected. If something's thrown your way, the 5 is the best to deal with that. When unbalanced, you can be money obsessed like any 8. But in the 3, you can be explosively emotional, oversensitive, and a bit abusive if you're not careful. But you can also be like overly shy and not talk to people at all on the other side of the continuum. You can be scattered, uncommitted, and directionless like the 5, because the scattered nature sort of in the 3 as well. So it's very likely to be quite strongly, because it's in the 5 and the 3. The 3 is not as scattered as the 5, but the 3 can be quite scattered, undisciplined, and unfocused. So I hope you really liked my videos, guys. My Life Path 9 will be coming soon, and I've got loads of other ideas for some other videos for you. So because I'm quite new to YouTube, I really need you to like my videos, subscribe to my channel, and to keep up to date with my latest posts. Hit that bell icon, then every time I upload something, you will be informed. I've got very little subscribers at the minute, so any pity you can take on me to subscribe. I will make it worth your while, and I will give you as much inspirational numerology information as I can. If you want to ask me any questions, or maybe chat to me about a reading or anything, you can email me or contact me through my website, which I'm still got to put more stuff onto. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. It's been great talking to you again, guys, today, and I hope to see you very soon. Katie Ewers, numerologist, soul explorer, signing off. Love you all.